And so I just want to talk about building a better business. And so I'll tell you a little bit about me. I was a single mom and I had worked a lot of years, minimum wage jobs, and finally got into the cosmetology industry. And I ended up in cosmetology for about 25 years and then was able to retire from that. And so now I've created the International Academy and I help folks actually get businesses launched, and I help them with their marketing and with creating their websites. And so we go through the website. I'll call it the whole thread of everything that goes into putting together your business and launching. And so I just want to talk a little bit with the two of you. What type of business is it that you have, or what is it? Are you already launched? I'm going to start with Manur. Give me a little bit of a background on you as to what it is that you're doing and what are your goals.
So I'm a neuroscientist by training, and so what I'm offering is brainstorming, basically. There are some techniques for brainstorming that I want to apply, and it's to help people either navigate through their careers or have a side hustle and find out what it is and what ideas they can have and what new products they can develop. And I've done that quite a few times in the pharmaceutical industry, where I came up with molecules, but not all molecules, devices, protocols, and things like that. I think I'm pretty good at it when it comes to coming up with new ideas. And I want to offer that to people who think they don't have ideas. So the idea is that not that I give the idea, is that I extract from people ideas they didn't even know they had. And I've done that quite a few times, and it makes me feel good to make people feel proud of themselves. So I wanted to turn that into a service that I provide.
Perfect. Now, do you already have a business doing that? Are you already working with
Yes.
clients?
So I'm working with one person. So my business, because I work in the pharmaceutical industry, the way I'm bringing in cash is by doing medical writing. But it's one way to bring in cash, but the part that I want to develop is actually creating new ideas and adding value to the society. Either with consulting for companies so they can create a new line of products, or with individual people who want to create product or a company.
Okay, so do you have a website already?
Not yet. I started in like a month ago.
Okay, so you're
April.
brand new. So it's
Yes.
a brand new business. Perfect. Well, this is
Yeah.
a perfect place. We start
Thank you.
every year, we go through the whole series, and we start off by talking about what is your VPS, your value proposition statement. In other words, what is your promise to your audience? And once we determine what it is that you want to do, and that's where you come in with the brainstorming. So that's perfect. And so once someone decides this is what I want to bring to my audience, this is the topic that I want to bring. And they then determine who their avatar is or who their market is, who that person is that they want to bring that information to. Then they're ready to start developing their products and what they're going to bring within their website. And so we start with that VPS, that promise, what it is that you want to bring. And you want to bring that brainstorming to your clients and help them determine, that one thing that they want to focus on. Well, then once we determine that, then we start working with you on your story. How did you get to where you are? How did you decide that this is what you wanted to do? And once we work with you on your story, has everyone heard of the hero's journey? Where, here's where you start and here's what your struggles were. And then you had a couple of aha moments and you keep coming around the journey, and then you think you have figured it out, but then you have some other pitfalls. You finally get over that. And now you want to help other folks get there as well. And that's kind of the hero's journey. And we have a template that you can actually just plug in bullet points, and it just really spells out your hero's journey. And so before I move on, I am going to go over to the chat, and I'm going to just put in the chat how you can follow me to find out what I'm talking about. And so I'm just going to put my website in there. It's just kathybinner.com. And when you go to kathybinner.com, you will, on my work with me page, that is my hero's journey. So if you wanted to see a sample of that, and what I've done is I've left the prompts in the type. The prompts are there. And all you have to do is plug your information in after each of those prompts, and it helps you write your hero's journey. So my work with me page is actually a sample of how to write your hero's journey. So if any of you are interested, you can jump over there, make a note of that. And again, just the prompts, I've left them in there. You just answer your own bullet points after each prompt, and that'll help you write your hero's journey. Now, the reason your hero's journey is so important is this: your story is the cornerstone of everything that you're doing. You can take your story and create your products and services out of your story. And then whenever anyone asks you to be interviewed on a podcast or to do a speaking gig at a I don't know, a local symposium or whatever, all you would do is you just take a piece of your story, because your story functions kind of like an accordion. If somebody says, we need you to, talk about whatever it is that you do for 20 minutes, you just have to know your audience. And I'll just give you some examples. I came through the cosmetology industry, but before that, I was in hospitality. I worked in the hotel industry, just as a paid employee. And then I got into the cosmetology industry, where I actually owned the salons. And so through that, I started purchasing real estate. And so I ended up retiring because I became a real estate investor, and that became my passive income. And so then I could retire. So when I go into an audience, if it's an audience of cosmetologists, then I'm going to focus on the cosmetology part of my story. How I got started, how I had 5 salons. I'm going to, share stories and anecdotes about that portion of my story. But if I'm talking to a group of realtors, I might want to focus on the real estate investing part of my story and tell some stories around, this happened and that happened, and here was my aha moment, and make it interesting to my audience. And that's why you need to know who your audience is. But once you have your story, if I'm in a group talking to all single moms, I might focus on the beginning of my story, how I was a single mom and I was working 2 minimum wage jobs. And so that might be where my focus is. So once you know your story, and that hero's journey spells out that story for you, then wherever you go, when you talk about your products and services, you just hook in a little piece of your story. Because, and this is your tweet moment here, your storytelling is your marketing. Your storytelling is your marketing. Nobody wants to be sold to, but if you just tell them a story and then say, oh, by the way, I have a product that I can help you with that, they don't feel like they're being sold to. So your storytelling becomes your marketing. Okay, so we work a whole month on that, on doing your hero's journey and putting together your story. And we have a mastermind where we meet up a couple times a month, and we share our work back and forth and our stories back and forth to to kind of work all the bugs out and make sure that we have our story the way we'd like to have our story. And then from there, it's all about serving. And here's another tweet: your serving is your selling. So your storytelling is your marketing, and then your serving is your selling. So if I want to sell, all I need to do is I can find a podcaster, for example, that needs a guest. He's maybe a little panicked for a guest coming up, and he's like, oh my gosh, I got to have a guest. I don't have someone scheduled. And I can jump in at any moment and be a guest for any podcaster. because I already have a media kit with my questions, which are all wrapped around my story. Because remember, my storytelling is my marketing. And now I'm just going to serve. I'm just going to serve. I'm going to find out if it's a symposium going on, and maybe I've been asked to be a speaker, but I might have a little teeny tiny part in the symposium. If it's an in-person symposium, I'm going to show up early, and I'm going to find out with the actual folks that are putting the symposium together. I'm going to say, how can I help? Where can I help you put this together? And I'm just going to be there and serve. Maybe it's getting the coffee set up. Maybe it's greeting folks at the door as they come in. I ended up at a book signing for a friend one time, and where they really needed help was helping folks in the parking lot. And so it's just wherever you can serve. And then all of a sudden, once you're serving, then those folks recognize that. And then they start bringing you up on stage and saying, kudos to Kathy. She helped us out this morning. And it just kind of comes back around to where then they are actually supporting me and what I do, because I was behind the scenes supporting them. So I'm just kind of giving you some overview. We spend a whole month on serving and how to find influencers in your lane, how to find influencers online, how to find influencers in person, and to come alongside those influencers and just serve. And so then they actually give you a shout out with your products and services. And so that's a perfect way to sell without being salesy. And then we start working on the website from there. From there, we start saying, let's put your website together. You know what your message is. You've got your hero's journey story kind of spelled out. You've listed maybe 5 influencers that are in your lane that are doing what you're doing. And you know why you want to come along the influencers? Because they're already talking to your audience. And that's why you want to choose some influencers that are in your lane doing what you do, because they already have your audience. And so at that point, you're ready to put together your website and start to put your products on there. And so,
Kathy, sorry.
Yes.
It's like I didn't fully introduce myself with who I am and what is it I'm trying to do. So is it okay I could just start?
Well, we're going to come back to that in just a moment.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. We're going to circle around, and everybody's going to get an opportunity to share, because this part of that too is learning about each other as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyhow, so once you have your website, then you're going to put together your offers. And so you're going to have your free offer so folks can get to know, like, and trust you. And then you're going to start doing your mid-level offer, and then your next higher offer. And you go about 4 to where the 4th one is your highest level offer. And once you have those in place, and again, we spend a month on each one of those offers. And then once you have your offers in place, then you're ready to start marketing. And so folks will connect with you if they get to know, like, and trust you. And one of the ways to get to know, like, and trust someone is for you to create a blog and start blogging about your products and services, and pointing back to your website and to different speaking gigs that you've got going on, or where you're going to be interviewed by a podcaster, or where you're maybe going to be in person. And so start pointing folks back to you, and they get to know, like, and trust you. And then at that point, they'll be interested, and they'll try that free product, that free opt-in, because see, that's no skin in the game for them. They can just check it out. And once they realize that you've had tons of value in that free one, they'll be ready to then start buying more and more of your products. But from there, we talk about podcasting. You can start your own podcast if you'd like, or just how to be a guest on podcast, how to do speaking gigs. We've got a speakers platform to help you get booked. And then all of that ties together. So you can see how the series works together. And so let's go over to Amir. Tell us a little bit about what it is that you're doing, and how far are you in that process? Do you have a website already, and what product or services are you bringing?
Me, I haven't started anything yet, but I was starting something with Community Living Toronto. So I got halfway there for what it was. So I'm trying to get into a video game industry, running a video game business.
Okay.
And you believe you can find a way to help me out with that, right?
Well, again, it's do you know who your influencers are? Who are the folks that are already in that lane? Do you have a list of those folks?
Not at all, but I reached one of them from 10,000 Coffees, but this guy is not going to be able to help me, because in the way it has to be around June because he's busy setting up an office. And also, I was there finishing the form, but they need someone to mentor me, help me start a video game business and all that stuff. But now I've learned times are changing now because I'm going back to the office Monday through Thursdays, but Friday I'm gonna be eventually working from home. So I'm trying to. So I've got into like a meeting with 10,000 Coffees with this other guy named Sean. So when I talked to Sean, he he said he could try to book me a meeting. So I sent him a message on 10,000 Coffees. So I hope Friday he can help me. But the problem is, I know how these things work, but an online site, I want to make sure I get a clean online video game website. Now I believe what I'm trying to tell you, my sister and my brother are trying to find me a video game shop not too far where I live and where I work in an office at Rogers. I know how the industries work now. I know how like with real estate, being a lawyer or like nurse, doctor, police officer, firefighter, film
Right, right.
industry, all these jobs you get let go or terminated because you work for the boss in the company. That's not your company. It's the company of the person you're working for. That's
I
how it
get it.
works.
Yeah, I get that. I understand that. Yes.
I'm thinking in the way that my dad for Mother's Day, he was telling my brother to find me a video game shop to make sure that they could find me one not too far where I live, but it's been taking long and stuff like that. But you're saying if you believe I have siblings helping me out, you're saying would it be better like I don't know if it's okay if you have a chance of meeting them, if there's a way you can try to assist me too with them to see what you could do to help me work out to get a self-employment video game business started. So you're
Okay.
saying, I mean, are you okay for that if we have a Zoom call with my sister or my brother, if you're cool with that?
Well, connect with me. Go to kathybinner.com and there's a connection there where you can connect a 30-minute call with me. So outside of this call, click through and schedule something and connect with me and let's chat about that.
Between you and me, I want to know by Monday through Thursdays, are you going to be free around 4:30 or 5 o'clock around that time, or you believe you're busy with other things? Because I'm letting you know about my situation. I'm back at the office Monday through Thursday. I'm trying to get out of the office world at Rogers. They laid a chunk of the staff off, even though my dad was telling me that I keep the pack. If I get a package for stay there for 10 years at the package, I could have all that money, but the money could run out if I don't use it to get a business started for whatever it goes on.
Right. Connect with me through kathybinner.com. There's some connect times around that time of day. When you click on that, a calendar will come up and you pick the time that works best for you.
Yeah, but Fridays we could have the morning until like the work hours because I'm working from home. I'm sure you're aware of that, right?
Well, again, connect with me through my calendar. It's there on my website. Just go to
What
kathybinner.com and collect and click through on my calendar. There's a link there that says to click to schedule a strategy connect call with me.
you could help me out with that no matter what, could you?
Yes, but connect with me there and we'll have a private chat instead of on
Well,
this forum today.
After having a private chat, you're gonna see if you can have a way of meeting my sister or my brother, if that's okay with you for a second chat. If you're cool, are you cool with that?
Yeah, I am. Perfect.
Thank you.
So,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Go on.
Yes, thank you for your share, and then I'll look forward to you connecting with me through the calendar. But I don't want to use up all of our time this morning for that. Let's move on with some of the others and get a feel for what other folks are doing. Kimberly, how about you? Do you have a business already?
It's in the works. I am doing like metaphysical work, energy healing.
Okay.
And so right now working on getting a website built up and finishing up my certifications. I've got so far, I've got to finish up one last certification and
Okay.
then I'll be able to actually legally go forward. And so that should only be about another month. And then I'll
Perfect.
be able to legally move forward.
Perfect. Well, again, go to kathybinner.com and scroll down to the Build a Better Business course and see all of the different things that we identify in that course. And then we have a mastermind if you want to get involved, and we'll actually help you put together your website we'll help you come up with your value proposition statement, your VSP, your promise that you're going to make to your clients. We'll help you with your hero's journey and creating your story so that you can put your marketing together. And then we'll help you align with some influencers that are in your lane, because again, they've got your audience. It's the folks that you want to
Wow.
reach, they already have. And so we'll show you how to connect with those influencers. And then when you start putting together your website, we'll show you all the different free options. And you should have, it's kind of like a funnel. You want your website to show, here's the free option, here's the next level, and finally the highest level. And those are price points for you. And so the free option would be so that folks can give you a try without really having to spend any money. And it just gives them an opportunity to get to know, like, and trust you. And then they'll go, wow, I really like Kimberly. I really love this free thing she did. I'm definitely going to sign up, for her next level, whatever program. And so we show you how to do all of that. And once you have that in place, and you say you're just getting ready to create your website, once you have that in place, then we show you how to start putting it out across social media, out across the internet, out across everything that's online, and also to present yourself in person if you want to do that. Some folks do and some don't. And then you can start presenting yourself also in person if you'd like. And then at the end of the day, we have a speakers cabinet where we can put you in the list of all of our speakers, where when folks need a stage person for a symposium or a conference, you'll get called to be a speaker. So
Wow.
that's what we do. And so anyway, in the course, we talk about how to add more heart into your business, to make your business heart-centered.
Wow.
Then we go through, of course, that VPS, which is how to create that. Then your storytelling. And then, of course, from your storytelling, your serving, that's your selling point. And then we go through everything on setting up all your different offers. And finally, how to market all of that. So anyway, hang in here with us, because that's what we're talking about today is the free offers. The month of May is all about free opt-in offers. And so I'm going to share here in a little bit. But I want to go over to Florence. Florence, tell us a little bit about you. What is it that you're doing, and what is it that you're developing?
Hi, so I'm in home health nursing. So
Okay.
I'm working on coaching for home health nurses on how to be successful. A lot of us have hard time with charting and time management. So yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Perfect. Now, do you have a website already?
I have something I'm working on, yes.
Okay. Okay.
So right now I'm just focusing on social media, mainly Instagram.
Okay. I get that. Now, we do a whole month of social media, how to market out across social media, but you have to have a place to send folks to. So
Yes.
that's why, where are you sending them once you get them interested on your social media?
Like I said, I'm working on a website and also working on a landing page. So
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Very good. So you have some things in progress.
correct.
Perfect.
Mhm.
Today we're talking about free opt-in offers. And so I want to talk about all kinds of things that you can put on your website. And this is going to be, again, your website's going to look kind of like a funnel. Your home page is going to function like your sales funnel. Now you can have a separate funnel as well. If you're doing a program, or you've got a symposium going on, or a conference going on, or a masterclass going on, and you want to do just a sales page for that event, you can do that. But what we're talking about, and we're not talking about that today. Today, what we're talking about is your homepage of your website functioning like a sales funnel for your clients. Because when they get to your website, so many websites, you go there and you're like, I'm not sure what this person even does, because it's not real clear. You have to really break it down simple for your readers to know exactly what it is you do and what you want them to do on the website. You want them to click here first, then do this, and then do that. You want to put it into steps. And so the first thing you're going to do at the top of your website is you're going to tell them what your promise is to your customers, what your VPS, your value proposition statement, or what the promise is. Like, here's what I can do for you. You want to make it about your customer. Here's what I can do for you right here, right at the top of the page. And from there, you want to get a little bit into your story, but you want to start with your free offer. What is a free thing that they can do right off the top that doesn't cost them anything, that will allow them to connect with you? So what is the free thing that they can do? They can make a call. And that's what I was just talking with Amir. That was what I have on my website. As soon as you open up my website, the very top button is click here to have a strategy connect call with me. And that is a great way to talk with brand new clients or somebody that is just seeing if they want to work with you or if you want to work with them. And it's a nice, easy way for them to connect, but make it easy for them. If they have to get to their email and email you and remember your email address and all of that, oftentimes they'll get busy and they won't do that. But if it's just a click of a button where they can connect with you, you want to make it as easy as possible. So a connect call, that's a good free thing to kind of put right underneath of that VPS on your website. Another one might be a free meetup. And like what we're doing right here today, this is a free meetup. And I can just put my free meetups across meetup.com, Eventbrite, and also Facebook. And those are all free. And I can just put my free meetup there across those events, and folks will tap into the free meetup. And again, they didn't have to pay. They didn't have to, all they had to do is put it on their calendar. And oftentimes those apps, the meetups, the Eventbrites, the Facebooks, they will automatically remind the person that says, I want to attend this. They'll automatically remind. So you don't have to do that even to get your business started. You don't have to have this list of manually write down everybody that said they were interested and remember to remind them that the call's about to start. You don't have to do any of that because the apps do that for you and it's free. And so use those meetup opportunities. And you could put a PDF download on your actual website. That could be your free thing. You could say, thank you for tapping into my website. And here are, the 10 first steps, and download this 10 first steps and have folks download something and give them that, kind of like giving them a gift, and so that's a great free offer. You could use Calendly. If you've not used it's not spelled calendar, it's Calendly. And if you put a Calendly link on your website, folks can connect with you. And so that's a great first offer. Clubhouse. If you've not been over on the Clubhouse app, Clubhouse, you could start a room. You could start a club and a room over on Clubhouse, and folks will actually jump in and start talking with you, and they'll start asking you, how can I connect more with you? I want to connect more with you.
Wow.
And so Clubhouse is a perfect way to get folks to start connecting with you. And so if you haven't been on Clubhouse, I am on Clubhouse every Monday morning at 10 a.m. And if any of you want to jump over to Clubhouse, it's called the Freestyle Living Tribe. And you can jump over there if you've got the Clubhouse app, and just Monday mornings at 10, look for the Freestyle Living Tribe. And again, you can find all of that information on my website. You could have a masterclass. Now, I don't know about you, but I've clicked on a few masterclasses, free masterclass, and it's just, hey, I'm going to do a masterclass on ways to XYZ, whatever your topic is. And
Awesome.
you can put that out across all of those events, Eventbrite, Facebook, Meetup, and you can just do an hour's masterclass. And what you're doing is you're just sharing your information on this masterclass. And then at the end, you're just simply going to make an offer. Say, if anybody wants to connect or dive deeper, click here and you can connect and take a deeper dive and maybe then have that at a very minimal price point, but something that they could jump into. You could do a 5-day challenge. I have a girlfriend right now. She's in our mastermind and she's getting ready to launch her 5-day challenge. She's just going to go an hour a day, Monday through Friday. And then at the end of the 5-day challenge, folks can then sign up for her program. She'll let them know by the time her 5-day challenge ends how they can connect with her program. And so those are just some ways that you can put some free stuff out there, because folks are going to want to get to know, like, and trust you before they start spending any money with you. They want to know that you're bringing value, that you've got something that they want before they're really interested. I mean, we all work hard. I get it. I was that single mom working 2 minimum wage jobs. I get it. And so I didn't really have financial freedom until I got into the cosmetology industry, and through that realized that I could actually buy my own building to put my salon in, and ended up retiring with 5 buildings, 5
Wow.
salons and 5 salon buildings. But it was, it was a process. But you have to realize, there's some aha moments in there. And you see what I just did is I went back and I'm hooking into my story. See, this is why your story is so important, because your storytelling is your marketing. When folks hear your story, and all of us have a story on how we got to where we are and why we've decided to do what we're doing. And once you have your story, again, it's that hero's journey. And once you have that, see, you can hook back into your story no matter where you're talking or who you're talking with. You can hook back into your story if you're, just at a dinner party, or you can hook back into your story if you're on stage talking to, 500 people. So it doesn't matter, because it's your story. So you're no longer nervous because it's your story. You don't have to prepare for a speech. You don't have to prepare for any of that, because it's your own story. So anyway, I want to invite all of you to actually connect more with me through the kathybinner.com. And you can see there, when you go to kathybinner.com, that you can connect with me on a strategy call. And I want Amir to connect with me, because I want to talk to him about what he wants to do. And then, his siblings are also helping him out. And so we'll get together and have a chat and see if I can help him in any way. But in the meantime, you can scroll down, because my homepage is like a funnel, and it shows all of my free meetups. And so connect in any of those free meetups. They're free. The replays are all there. The times that we meet are there. Everything is there. And the other thing that I want to say is, then my next level offer is my courses. And then my third level offer is my masterminds. Just know that if you decide to do one of the masterminds in this Build a Better Business, which we're talking about today, has an actual mastermind. We meet a couple times a month, and we actually go deeper in each one of these topics that I've been talking about today. But the course comes with it. So don't buy the course and the mastermind. If you decide you want to do the mastermind, the course comes with the mastermind, and you get all of that course material. But you can go in on kathybinner.com and click through, and you can see all the index of everything that's included. And in the mastermind, it has all of our replays. We saved the replays of the actual masterminding that we did on that particular topic. So you can hear the questions, and you can see how we worked through a topic and how we came up with answers for all the folks in the group. So I want to open it up to questions. And I know Amir had several questions already. So I want to go back to Manure. Do you have any questions or comments about what we've talked about this morning?
So I like the story being the marketing. I never thought about it that way. I need to work on it.
Yeah.
It's forgot who said that. Like I didn't have enough time to write a short letter, so I wrote a long one. Right. So it's really like, what are the key points of the story that will talk to the person who is trying to take the journey that I want to help them take. How did I get to bring ideas that were out of the box, and yeah, so that got me thinking. So thank you for sharing.
Well, and let me remind you, and let me help you one more place here. Your storytelling is your marketing, and then your storytelling is going to be the cornerstone of your entire business.
Yeah.
Your story will be the cornerstone of your entire business. Go to my work with me page at kathybinner.com and follow the prompts. I left the prompts in there. You'll see very clearly that there's a prompt, and then there's a couple of bullet points, and then there's a prompt, and then there's a couple of bullet points. Put your bullet points under each prompt, and that will help you craft your entire story. So feel free to go to kathybinner.com, go to my work with me page, steal those prompts. and
Okay, thank you.
yeah, steal those prompts and put your story together. Put your actual story together. Your hero, that'll be your hero's journey. It's how you started and where you were struggling, what your aha moment was, how you struggled some more, how you overcame the second one with your aha moment, and now how you want to help other folks do the same thing. And those prompts will just walk you right around that hero's journey. So feel free to steal those prompts. Kimberly,
Thank
how
you.
about you? Any comments or thoughts about what we've talked about today?
Not really. Well, I do have a question though.
Sure.
So in the meantime, while I am, waiting to get my certification and everything, so that way I can begin to offer paid services, I still want to continue engaging with the customer base that I have created so far.
Okay.
And like you were saying, I communicate with them primarily through social media. And like you were saying, though, after I communicate with them on social media, where do I send them to? How I've been hearing and seeing a lot of people using websites such as like Linktree, Milkshake, things like that.
Uh-huh.
How do you feel about like if I were to try to use that in the meantime before, until I'm able to actually get my certification and get my website up and running?
Well,
Do you think that's a good idea?
I love Linktree, first of all, but Linktree is a series of links. And
Yeah.
so when you put the link, where are you linking them to?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Linktree
I
is-
have some, that's what I was saying, like with the landing, because it can have a landing page, like the home page, because I have, a link, like a website that's begun, and then I also have provide other services as well, and I have websites for those. So that's why I was saying, like with Linktree, maybe if I get people familiar to going to this Linktree site, then once I'm able to add, the new website for the energy healing, to be able to add that as well, that I would already have people like familiar with the Linktree site, I guess.
You can use that.
What kind of thought?
I use Linktree on my social media all the time. Yes. And for those of you that are not familiar with Linktree, it is a free app. They have a paid version as well, but there's a free version. And it's just kind of a fast index to get folks to tap in. So my Linktree has the link to do the free strategy call on Calendly. And then it shows, I also have a nonprofit. My nonprofit is on there. And then it shows the link to go to my website, to go to my courses, to go to my masterminds, to go, and my big ticket item, because my overarching message is freestyle living. My overarching message is to have enough passive income and great health so that you can have freestyle living, so that you can do whatever you want to do from anywhere in the world. That's my message. And so I actually have the Freestyle Living tribe over on Clubhouse is there. My Freestyle Living blogs are there. My Freestyle Living podcast is there. All of it is on my Linktree, and it's just kind of a fast index to get to all of that. So yes, Kimberly, I do like the Linktree idea. But if folks go to your Linktree, you're going to want to have some place for them to link to, of value. What are you giving in value? So here's what I would suggest. If you're not quite ready, create some sort of a PDF on something that you are ready for. Create some sort of a giveaway. Remember, we talked today, it's all about the free opt-in offer. Create something on, and are you familiar with Google Forms and Google Docs at all, Kimberly?
Somewhat. And I haven't actually learned how to create them. That is actually something I was looking at yesterday.
Okay. Do you have a Gmail address?
Yes.
Okay. If you have a Gmail address, you already have the Google suite of everything they have. And
Yeah.
I'm just going to click here for those that aren't familiar and just kind of share with you. Google owns YouTube, Google Maps, your Gmail, they have your Google Calendar, your Google Drive, your Google Photos. They also have Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Forms. Now there's even more, this is just a few, but if you go to Google Forms, you can actually create a little downloadable PDF that says, you know, the top 10 things you need to know about XYZ. And so you can decide what you want to put on that, but bring value to your clients. This is something they need to know. And then on your link tree, you can say, click here to get that. And so whenever you put anything over on social media, and remember what I was talking with Manure about, your storytelling is your marketing. And so
Wow.
whenever you put anything on social media, weave your story in. And I'm going to give everybody a little tip. Here's how I like to start mine. Here's the phrase. I don't know about you, but as for me, I blah, 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 blah. So start with, I don't know about you, because what it does, it doesn't make you sound like you're selling them anything. It doesn't make it sound like that you're a know-it-all. And it's like, you need to know these 10 things. You can say, I don't know about you, but as for me, I was excited when I learned these 10 things. It really helped me when I was struggling with. See, you're just weaving in part of your story. If you'd like to see these 10 things, click the link. You see how you've just slid your story out there and you're serving. Remember, your serving is selling. Your storytelling is your marketing. Your serving is selling. So what you're saying is I struggled with this and now I want to help you. I want to serve you. Here's the story on how I struggled. And now I want to serve you by giving you these 10 things that I learned. And now when folks click over, and here's your aha moment for everyone. You're collecting email addresses because you are building your tribe. You're collecting email addresses because you are building your tribe. And so when folks see that social media post and they go, "Aw, look what Kimberly was struggling with. And now she's going to share with me the 10 things she learned when she struggled with that. I'm struggling with that right now. I think I'm going to click on that." And when they click on that, they have to put in their email address to download that form. And that's what Google Forms and Google Docs does for you. Is that helpful, Kimberly?
Very, because I hadn't actually thought about using it like that. I had just mostly been thinking about using it as feedback form or an interest form. So I hadn't actually thought about using it in that matter. So definitely writing that down right now.
Your serving is your selling. When you're serving people, you're selling them, because nobody wants to be sold. People want to buy, but they don't want to be sold. It's like the car dealership. When you want to buy a new car and you just want to go look, and as soon as you get to the dealership, the salesman comes toward you and you're like, "I'm just looking," because you don't want to be sold. You don't want him saying, "You need this car and you need that car, or I can get you into this deal." You want to buy. You've already decided you want to buy a car, but you don't want to be sold. You want to do your shopping and you want to make the decision. And that's kind of how everyone feels on social media. They don't want to be hit over the head with what it is you're trying to sell them. You want to serve them. You want to bring value to them, something that they need. And once they click in, once they click through on that form, Kimberly, they go, "Oh, here's what Kimberly was struggling with. And now she's going to give me the 10 things she learned through that. And I need that because I'm struggling with that right now. So I'm going to click through." Now you've got my email address. Now you're building your tribe mailing address. So when you do have your website, when you do have your products and services, now you have a mailing list that you can then celebrate what you're doing with your mailing list. But you always want to keep it that you're bringing value, that you're serving them, not that you're trying to sell them something. So you just want to say, "I am so excited. I'm launching my brand new website. And for everyone that clicks through, you're going to get, my free ebook or something." You always want to bring value. You always want to give more than you take. And believe me, the universe will honor that. Trust me. Florence, how about you? Any comments or thoughts?
Not right now.
Okay. Are you taking all of this in? Is any of this resonating with you so far?
Yes, I already have a free offer. I just need to um, figure out how to what's the word? To make it more
How to
easier to
frame it,
get to
maybe?
people. No, to get it to people, like to automate it.
All right. What is your free offer? Maybe I can help with it.
It's a download, like an ebook, a small ebook.
Okay, so now you just need to get it out there. You need it to where folks are going to want to click on it. Is that what I'm hearing?
Correct.
Okay.
And it'd be
What?
able to send it to them automatically.
Okay. Okay. Now you can do that through a Google Doc or Google form. Because what you're going to do is the Google form is
Mhm.
going to be where they have to put in their email address to get the ebook. And
Mhm.
then you can link right in your Google form. Once they put in their email address to get over there, the link can be right in that form,
Oh, okay, cool.
the downloadable link,
Okay, thank you.
you know, and you can just highlight it and say, click here to download.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Now, Florence, let me ask you this. Are you going to be creating courses and all kinds of things? What else?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a platform already? Because before you go to Google Forms, I might have a better suggestion.
No, I don't.
Okay. I personally am using Teachable. Now, there is Teachable, there's Thinkific, there's Kajabi, there's tons of platforms out there. And I didn't want to spend a lot of money when I got
Right.
started. So I did the free Teachable version, and you can have
Okay.
up to 100 students before you have to start paying.
Oh, nice.
But if you choose a platform like that, thinking with the end in mind, because you're thinking, I'm going to go here with courses and all these other things, so that you don't have to remake the wheel, so to speak, reinvent the wheel. If you start on a platform like that and just do a search, just do I'll call it a Google search, but it's whatever your search engine is, but do a search on what are the top teaching platforms and kind of look and see which ones meet your criteria, what it is that you want to do. If you want to have an affiliate program, not everyone has an affiliate option. If you want to have videos, most of them will let you do videos these days. But anyhow, look and see on where it is that you know what you want your business to look like, the one that ticks all the boxes for you.
Okay.
And yeah, okay, Kimberly,
Thank
Kajabi
you.
has a great offer going on right now. Anyway, once you choose the one that you want, you could put your ebook right on there. And once you upload your ebook onto that platform, they have to join your site, and you automatically get their email address that way to download the book.
Okay.
And that way you're not setting it all up on a Google form or a Google Doc. And then once you're ready to go over here, now you've got to go back and remember, where all did I put that link? I now need to go change it everywhere
Right.
to put it where I want it. So think with the end in mind, if that's where you're heading is with courses, and you can do a lot on a platform like that. And so mine's on Teachable. I do all my free meetups there. I do all of my courses there. I do all my masterminds there. They have a monthly membership program there. They have the affiliate link. You can do affiliates there. If I wanted to create an affiliate link for my students to resell my products and they get paid a commission, I can do all of that right on Teachable. And I can do videos there. I can do all of my course material. I can do certifications there. With you might eventually, just a thought, I don't know if maybe this is where you're already headed. You could actually do CEs for your industry, and that choose a platform that allows you to have a downloadable certificate. And that way, if you choose to do CEs for your industry, that's like guaranteed audience.
Right. That'll be cool. That'll be nice. Thank you.
Because all those folks have to get CEs somewhere.
Yes.
And so if you create a program and get approved through your board that you can give out CE credits, then you want to make sure you've chosen a platform where there's a downloadable certificate at the end of the course. And where you can do like a quiz, because that's what's going to be required with your board, is that there has to be a testing component in the course. And so as long as you search at, Kajabi and Thinkific and Teachable and all of those, and it checks all the boxes.
Mhm.
But don't think too small.
Okay.
Yeah, think big. Think maybe I am gonna, do CEs for my board, because
Thank
that's
you.
guaranteed income.
Yes.
And by the way, if you do a generic course like sanitation,
Uh-huh.
it crosses a couple of boards. You can get it approved for the medical board and you can get it approved for the cosmetology board.
Okay. How
So I
hard or
have-
easy is it to get approved?
It's just a matter of going to the board. What state are you in, Florence?
Ohio.
Okay, I'm in Ohio as well. I'm right outside of Columbus. You just go to the Ohio board, and there's going to be a link somewhere in your board material. I'm just now clicking through on real estate board
Mhm.
because I'm doing a marketing piece, and
Okay.
so in marketing, I can actually get approved for real estate, accounting, cosmetology. There's like 5 boards, and I can use the same course
Oh, wow.
for all
That's
5 boards.
nice.
So anyway, I'll just toss that out there, just something for you to think about, because it's guaranteed income. Those folks have to get their CEs every 2 years or whatever it is, and each board's a little different. But when you go to that board, there will be a link somewhere on how to get a course approved for CEs.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so don't think too small.
Mhm.
All right. Any other questions or comments, thoughts?
Oh, one thing, Kath.
Yes.
Kathy, so I'm thinking about, I think I would be really creating my video game website and stuff like that, doing it remotely, and then like everywhere, even in a shop that my brother's gonna hopefully find me, or my sister, since that could be a good idea for you for a way where you can help me out with that, right?
Yeah, just connect with me on that link in my website.
Do you have my email or to
No,
send
just-
it?
In the chat.
Yeah.
I put in the chat. If you click on the chat, you'll see kathybinner.com. Just go to kathybinner.com, and there's going to be a link right at the top of the page for you to schedule a call with me.
Oh, so that's how it all works and stuff like that, right?
Yes, and then just schedule a call, and that way you can pick something that fits your schedule, and just schedule a call with me.
Can we do it in Zoom if that's okay with you?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, for sure. So find you in the website, then arrange a meeting. If hopefully you could just find the time, and then that's how we meet, right?
Yes.
So I go to the site, is it gonna have Zoom or anything, or the meetings?
Nope, it'll
For-
just have a calendar for you to pick the date and time you want, and then we'll set it up from there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care.
I appreciate everyone being on today. We're at the top of the hour. I hope I've brought some value for you. I would invite all of you to please go to my website and do all the free stuff. Anything that interests you, click through on the free stuff and, get all the free stuff if that's helpful for you. And then if you want to be in the mastermind, I would love to have any or all of you in the mastermind as well. So again, just click through at kathybinner.com. But I really appreciate all of you being on today. And we are here every month, the second Friday at 10 o'clock. So join us again next month. And thank you so
you.
much for joining today.
Bye.
Bye.